So, we find ourselves in beautiful, beautiful sunlight as you guys have exited Lacrima the Crop Brewery. In front of you is a lawn of grass. The grass, though grown, is like kind of greenish brown in tint, as if there's either patches that are kind of dying out or, you know, the blades are withering in color. At the center of the patch of grass is a well containing some water in it. To your left, you can see a couple of like wooden buildings, and to your right, you can see a building entirely made out of stone. If you look across the lawn, you can see the giant sacred tree of Lacrima, a gorgeous, gorgeous tree that has got a wide, thick trunk that's roots breach into the concrete ground around it. And the branches seep wide and far and reach actually over the edges of the island. And you can see, though, that the branches have no leaves on them at this point, and that the bark is, in some places, peeling off and coming away, and it's like almost an ashen gray color. Behind, just past the tree, there is like a little stone seating area. You can see some stone benches with like a pew at the front. And that is what is in front of you guys. There's, you know, a little bit of noise going around. You can hear the wind rushing over on Lacrima East. You know, you can hear some people talking, some neighbors kind of talking about some stuff, but they're muffled and whatnot. But yeah, over to you guys.
Where are we starting? We just outside the pub?
Yeah, just outside the pub.
Can I go over to the well and check to see if the water's not been like contaminated?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go over. So you walk over to the well, and how are you checking? Give me like what method are you checking this water through?
I was going to say taste it, but I can't do that. Right. I stick my head in it, or just like look around, see if there's no like what's it?
Like growing algae,
okay. Something like that.
So as you kind of put your head down into the well, you can see that the water is a lot less full than you expected it to be. There's a lot less in there than you were expecting. So it's not near the top, it's a little bit less full. So for you to lean down, it would be like your whole body would be in the well for your head to reach it, basically. However, from where you are, you can see that the walls of the well are not covered in moss. There doesn't seem to be any moss or anything like that in the well, though you cannot see the bottom of the well. The water obscures.
There's a bucket, I assume, with like a thing, and you roll it down.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I'll get some like a sample.
Yeah.
And then maybe take it to that like investigator dude, you know, that's writing everything down.
Amazing.
Whatever his name is.
You walk over to Arnar with a pail of water in your hand.
What do you think of this?
Of water?
Water? Is it? Sorry, I thought you would just instinctively know what I was talking about. Do you think it could be contaminated? Would you have any way to check, or like, like you Mr. Big Brain?
Well, I don't personally know too much about water or its purification. I am aware of a spell known as Detect Poison. I do not have access to this spell, but perhaps somebody around here might. Perhaps the town cleric.
Oh, there was a mention of a cleric, wasn't there? Yeah. Do we know their name?
Rayward. Yeah. Rayward is a cleric.
Oh, he's the cleric.
Also, is the cranberry juice called Ocean's Rayward?
It
Ocean's Rayward?
Canon. It is. Yes, that's canon. 100%.
Nice.
Blanco says to Toad, "Nos vamos. We go. You want to ride on my shoulder over to Cecil's? We have the questions to ask him. You know."
Ooh, I had to. Well, it depends on for Arnar. Arnar, where are we heading off to? Where did you want to stop at first?
I thought Arnar was going with Shelby, Geo.
I would tag along to the blacksmith if that's okay.
Well, you know, you can come with us, but your manner is, I'm finding it a little, yo no sé, un poco.
All first steps forward. Abrasive is the word you're looking for.
Yes,
and then takes a little side step.
CCC, abrasive.
That truly sucks for you.
Well, as long as you keep quiet, I have the questions with. I'm sure.
I just want to get it clean.
Yeah, Toad. Are you joining us? Nos vamos.
Well, Arna, where are we heading to again, Arna? We're going to...
I am heading with the esteemed turtle over here, I believe, Mr. Sergio Shelley. We are going to the herbery, is that what it's called? Herbery, vegetarian, something?
Herbs and veg. You can see the
Herbs
sign.
and veg.
You can see it blowing in the wind.
Herbs
It's
and
a wooden side. Yeah, it's called Herbs and Veg.
Herbs and veg. We are going to Herbs and Veg in order to investigate the most recent of these disappearances. Perhaps gather some more evidence that hasn't been thrown away, and we will see what we can do.
Do you want to split up? Then I can go with them. If you do want to,
I believe our detective talents would be better split across the island as opposed to just in one place.
I'm gonna pull them off to the side really quickly before we go, though. So all right. So Arnar, I know you want to ask him questions. So just like we talked about, just not too deep, not too personal, just friendly, just investigative, just nothing too deep, okay?
I shouldn't open with what he thinks comes after death? Is that not an appropriate question to ask somebody?
That can... So, we'll get to there. That question it's a valid question, but it takes a little... We gotta get the steps, the steps to get to that question, so...
I find that as a very good judge of character, typically.
It is, but right the gate though, it can throw them off. So that's where we gotta kind of reel it back, just like we practice, just reel it back just a little bit. You got this, okay?
And Arnar kind of roots around in his backpack and said, I got this right before we left the city. And he pulls out a tambourine and says, I don't really know too much about rhythm, but if you're willing to teach me sometime, I could perhaps accompany you.
Man, Toad has a moment. Toad's like, oh my gosh, like, that means a lot to me. I can't even put into words there was nothing more that I would love for you to accompany me on a song like that. I can die a happy, Toad, with that. So yeah, I would love that.
I am glad our friendship is so strong.
Me too. I am too.
Before we set off R&R, I do have a way that I might be able to check the water. I've been working on a couple things, and I have a spell called Create or Destroy Water, and if I just get a drop of that water, I can create 10 gallons of it, and I can tell whether it's clear water or not. I'm not sure if we need that or not. We could move on. It's just something that I can do, but I don't have to do it.
Any course of investigation, I suppose, can help. Yes.
So I walk up to the well and pull. Well, the bucket of the well is still up, and there's some water there, and I pull out a bit of my, some out of my bag, just some bits and pieces, and I get prepared to do my spell. But I'm looking around, and I'm getting a little bit self-conscious. So I'm just saying to myself, there's two voices that are coming into my head. One of them is, what would the boy do out in the wild? What could he possibly do? And then the other voice is, just keep going. So I look around and I
I'm gonna give you part of inspiration because I'm gonna see you kind of struggling a little bit. So I'm gonna be like, it's gonna remind me of somewhat stage fright, which I'm so used to seeing other doing. So I'm gonna give you part of inspiration. I'm gonna play some little tunes, some that I know, like know where you're kind of coming from. You might kind of vibe with. So I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration. Like, you got this. Come on, hey, you got this.
I feel it. I actually feel it, sort of, and it feels. I didn't really sense that it was coming from Toad, and I feel like it's some sort of energy I'm drawing from my mother. So I misread it, but I am feeling it, and I'm starting to get confidence. And as I do my my verbal and my somatic, I'm just talking to myself, and I'm going through the motions that I've practiced 10,000 times in my room on my own. And I'm going through it, and all of a sudden, water starts appearing, and 10 gallons of water starts flushing out over the bucket. And I look at it, and I just back away, and I say, from my experience, if it was polluted water, it would come out as having some particles in it, and this doesn't have any particles in it. So I think this water is not infected from my experience.
Interesting.
As a group, you three can all turn your inspiration from a D8 into a D10. It's the only thing I can do at this point. That was gnarly. That was gnarly.
D10.
So, with that, Oliver is like, that was well done, Mr. Shelby. That was quite awesome, if I don't say so myself.
Joe's gonna splash in the water.
Mr. Oliver, you can call me Gio.
Gio. I'm going to go make my way over here. But that was awesome. I'm glad we were able to take that off. You know, if it had been a water problem, that's bad for this place.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm. And he begins making his way towards the butchers, which is just here. And you can see that the sign of the butchers. So you have herbs and veg, and then the butchers is called meat no veg. And that sign is not a wooden sign. It's actually like carved into a plaque, more so above the door than it is like a free swinging kind of sign.
So, Mr. R&R, I'm coming with you, I guess, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you wanted to ask me, if I can.
Yes, I have a few less now, but nonetheless, I was wondering perhaps if you were a scholar of some kind. You hold yourself in a way that speaks of eruditic sort of air of personality.
I'm just been very, I don't want to use the word, but I've been very good at school. I've been studying a lot, and my family puts a big emphasis on education, and I'm an expert at lore, at sky lore, and excuse me, Evis, but I'm also very, very adept at the lore of the gods, and I know a bit about Alia and about Ventus and about Deus as well, and also the history of the sky, going all the way back to really the Great Split. So that's what I know, and I can offer anything that I know.
Mm.
Well,
Excellent.
I greatly appreciate that.
Thanks, Evis. And he offers Evis the handkerchief again, sort of nervously.
You might need that.
Gio,
I believe Gio, and I believe earlier you said we could call you Gio.
I'm Gio. Yes.
Yes. Keep that. That is for you.
I will.
I don't want your I mean, I don't need your trinkets, but I appreciate the kindness and the generosity that comes behind the offer. But I think I'm going to go with our furry friend and our metallic friend here to go talk to our blacksmith to see what's going on. And if there needs to be a little bit of physical intimidation, well, I think this is what it's another way in which Alia has blessed me.
Evis, mucho gusto. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. And my name is Blanco Montaña. But
Blanco, yes.
Blanco, call me Blanco. You are most appealing to los ojos, to the eyes.
Can I pet you?
No, que no.
Okay. Okay.
No gracias.
We don't. Okay. Understandable.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Amazing. So as you three make your way across the lawn and get to the door of the blacksmith, which is called Tools and Wood, you guys open the door and go in. Inside, you can hear clanging coming from the back room, and as you walk in, you can see that there's a rack of like weapons over to your left. You can see that there's a bar with like a little flappy door. And behind it is a short little gnome that has like basically gray hair that kind of just coats the side of his head, and he has like a thick, bushy mustache, basically. And you can hear clanging coming from the back because behind the bench and behind him is a wall lined with like tools, weapons, wood, supplies, and then there's like a little door to the left of him, and in the back you can like see, glowing of like a furnace kind of going on. And as you walk in, the dwarf is just turning around and goes, "God damn it, Kenji! Shit!" And then he turns around and goes over to the bench and begins doing something. And then as you walk in, he's like, "Oh, I didn't see you there. Hey, what's going on, guys?"
Are you Cecil?
That would be me. I am the great Cecil. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm Cecil. That's me.
No, I've heard of you from my master. He was part of the Guild of Artisans, and I've heard many good things about you. And we come for two reasons today.
Okay.
We have spoken with Raywood, and he said we can maybe garner some information about the people leaving and being taken and what is happening to the island. And then, if I may, afterwards, just have a moment of your time privately, solo para nosotros, solo, only us two.
First question. Kenji! What are you doing back there? Come on! Jesus. To your first question, yes, I think I can answer some of those questions you have. As for my time, I'm a little bit busy today, but I can give you a couple of seconds. So, what were your questions about the island? Quickly, I'm trying to make something today, as it were.
Do you need help? Do you need help with something back there?
Me? No. My apprentice is on it. Don't you, Kenji? Hurry the fuck up! He's on it. He's all good. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No. He's proficient. I have taught him well. He is good. He is good. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't sound proficient, but okay.
So, questions?
Well, we come today wanting to find out more about what is happening para los niños, para la gente, the people. They are disappearing here, and what is happening to the tree, the árbol de vida, the tree of life. What is happening?
Well, I don't know much. I don't know much at all. I haven't seen much. And you know what? I know a little bit, and I'll tell you that. But do you know who you should actually speak to? Kenji, get your ass out here! There's some people who need to talk to you. Kenji, my apprentice, he's great. He actually, I think, well, he doesn't like to talk about it, but he says that he saw something. Now, he doesn't like to tell me much because, whatever, but he doesn't also like to talk about it much, right? Kenji! And to answer your question, what I know is, I know that it's been happening for a while, and, it's affecting the meat that I'm getting. I'm not getting as good meat. My meat isn't as lean. I know that the grass is dying and my cows aren't getting fed as good. And so the meat that I'm getting, and it means I'm not, my hammer arm, it's not what it once used to be. And so, because of that, yeah, it's becoming a problem. And, as far as people going missing, these are my people. I'm not, I'm here to do my work. This is where I live. That's about it, But I can tell you this. It seems like every time this happens, we end up with stuff missing. It's one of those things where stuff goes missing, and I like each person gets affected, but I don't want to laugh because it's kind of mean, but we don't get robbed because my locks are good, and everyone else's locks that they buy and get imported suck and break really easily, as we've found out from all of these break-ins.
So everyone else gets broken into, but you're luckily because your locks haven't gotten broken into, but everyone else has just except for you. Oh, okay, that.
Look, this is what's going on. I make the best locks on this island. They're expensive because they're in demand. You got to understand, exclusivity. People need locks. People are getting broken into. People can't always afford my locks, and they get them from, the shitty Imperial suppliers, that come here on the freaking Trident and Brindle and drop their shit off. They get it from them or whatever.
Oh, hang on. Brindle. That is a good island. They are, they have had many threats against them, so they have to work with them. But I will be honest, your name does precede you. I know about your locks from my master. He has told me of your metalwork.
Well, there you go. See, your furry friend knows. See, I tried to tell you, and this is what I'm telling you. Look, my locks don't get broken. They try, but they don't get broken because I make the best locks. I know recently I sold some locks to the greenhouses that Coriander and them use, and their veg have not been touched for a while. That's all I'm saying. And it comes down to, if you can swing a hammer at any of these other locks, they're going to break. A dwarf with a strong enough arm is breaking any of those locks.
But we have heard that Coriander has gone missing.
What?
So she must not have been taken from her home then, or her business, because...
Or your locks aren't that good.
Well, yes, or I question the locks, so...
Oh, no, we only put locks on the greenhouses. We didn't do anything for her house, but...
Oh.
That I didn't know. I came straight to work. Kenji, god damn it! What are you doing? Fuck this kid! Suddenly, a young half-elven gentleman who has almost he's got like soot kind of like around his eyes and his face, almost like he's got like a mask on from like the soot. He's got like almost like soot all over his arms as well, as he's wearing like a big leather apron that is clearly far too big for him. You can see his feet just poking out the bottom of the apron, and he's holding a hammer. He's like, what, Cecil, what do you want? I fucking called you so many times, kid. What do I pay you for if you don't listen to me? I'm trying. Jesus, I was doing the thing that you... What can I help you guys with? Jeez, what can I help, guys?
At this point, Blanco turns to Toad and goes, Toad, you are very good. It seems like that you and R&R are good at getting information from people. Maybe you take over here. Maybe you can question him for us.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, we're probably the best, detectives on this island. So, we definitely give it a shot. Just a couple questions, then we'll let you get back to work. Just a few questions about anything about the disappearances and things of that, and the tree. Just anything that you might have that can kind of help us maybe solve this mystery that's going on.
As you say this, you see him go from this like frustrated, like, my boss has just called me away from the work that he's been bugging me to do all day kind of energy, to suddenly, as you mention that, he stiffens up. You see his back kind of straighten for a moment, and he's like, disappearances, yeah, I've heard about them. And you see Cecil, who is like, I kind of at his waist height, give him like a sharp elbow in the leg and goes, tell him, kid, come on. He's like, look, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not here to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble today, so I don't...
Hey, you're good. Just as long as you tell the truth, just as long as it's the truth, everything should be fine. Just come on, what happened?
We're not here to get you in trouble at all. This is a safe space.
Okay. Can you guys please make persuasion checks? With one of you make persuasion check with advantage, because you both chimed in there. That's great.
Do you want to go to, or do you want to? It's up to you. How do you want to do this? I mean, I can be pretty persuasive sometimes.
I have a +0 to persuasion, so if you just want to roll with advantage.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you take advantage. essentially take my help action.
Ooh, natural 20 and a 27. So nat 20 to 27.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
You see Toad. He looks at you for a second and looks into your eyes and kind of like, not that you see back in his eyes a creature trapped in any way, shape, or form, one like similar to how you may have felt at one point in your life, but you see a young person who could flourish if not under the thumb that they are under. And as he looks at you in that moment, he finds that solace within you as well. He looks down at Cecil and kind of nods at him for a second. Cecil looks back up and for the first time with no vigor and no hate in his eyes, nods back, takes a step backwards, allows Kenji to move in front of him, steps away and goes into the back room. Kenji kind of steps forward and nervously kind of begins, moving some things on the countertop. And he's like, well, basically me and Agnes, I'm sure you guys have met Agnes. Me and Agnes were, we're not old enough to drink at the pub yet. And so we were out the back of the pub one night a couple of months ago, and we had gotten into Basil and Coriander's secret Ganjika stash. And we were having a little bit of a smoke behind the pub, and it was dark. It was really dark. Now, and there's nothing going on between us. Like, it was just friends, like two people hanging out, like just total platonic, like. And basically,
we believe you.
Yeah.
We believe you.
I thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that. And basically what happened next was kind of scary. We saw the back door of the Lacrima open, and we assumed, it's got to be Thatch coming out to, put some kegs out or, put the trash out or something to be collected. And instead we just see a keg floating. And it just kind of like moves as if it's being carried by something. And then it stopped because at that point, Agnes inhaled sharply, and as we saw the door open, she was like, and then as it stopped, she was like, and it noticed us, and it looked back at us, and suddenly it stopped being invisible, and it was real dark, and all I can say is it was, whatever it was short, about as tall as Cecil, I would say, and it had thick white hair from like here all the way like round its head, like thick white hair. And I just remember like the thing that stuck with me, and I literally never wanted to smoke since because it was just so terrible, was the eyes, these piercing white eyes. They were just so white and so haunting. They looked through me. That's what I saw. That's all I know. I'm sorry that I couldn't be more of a help.
You've been a great help, seriously. And you said you saw this at near where'd you see that again? You say you saw it near the.
So
barrels.
It was kind of it was at the back of Lacrima. Basically, if you go to the back of near the dock area, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And was it just one? You solamente uno? Only one?
Yeah. Well. I mean, we ran. Like when its eyes looked, we just ran. Like we threw the roach, and then we just ran. And that's just
You didn't see where it went after that?
No. And guys, I'm telling you this because I get a sense that you really want to help us, but please don't tell my fucking mom that you know about me smoking. She will kill me. She is a shorter lady with like she has like hair that goes up with like a perm on the top.
Oh, no
Please
pasa
don't
nada,
tell
no
her.
pasa nada. We saw her in the crema, in the cream of the cop. Don't worry, it's safe.
Well, it's safe as long as you start living up to your potential. I can
Give us the rest
person
of your stash.
chill there.
We'll confiscate it.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, just for your own good, just hand it over, and we won't tell your mum.
Can you make a persuasion check for me?
Sure.
Yes, whatever you do happens between you and Alia.
Natural 20. -1, so 19.
Oh my god. He kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And he kind of looks, leans through the door, and he's like, "Okay." And he goes over to like a couple of drawers, and you see him like moving around, and then suddenly he pulls out like a little parcel, and it's basically like a baking paper, basically tied with like a bit of string. And he's like, "Here, take it and go. Just take it." I was so, yeah. Oh, it feels better that it's gone now.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it feels a lot better now that it's out.
Proud of you. Yeah.
Thanks. Whew, I'm sweating a lot.
Like I said, I won't say anything as long as you start living up to your potential. You know you're for more than maybe just this, so don't feel like you're stuck, you know what I mean? I see a spark in you, kid.
I mean, yeah, like I've always wanted to, I mean, I'm not a dwarf, as you can tell, but I've always wanted to go to Thembador and like be with the master smiths, and I've heard that there's still one legend smith that exists. I want to meet him one day. How cool would that be?
Can't be, if you're going to meet him, then you can't be here though. So you gotta go. You gotta spread your wings, fly by, and so to speak, flap flap.
Yeah.
You need to follow that passion and tell me, who is this person you speak of?
The legend smith?
Yes.
Oh,
I may have heard of this person.
One second. Yo, Cecil. What, Kenji? What was the name of that legend smith that you were talking about? God damn it, boy! You never bloody listen. I told you his name was Ulrich Emberhart. Ulrich, I believe is his name.
He is very well known on my island too. My master knew of him.
You speak of your master often. Was he a blacksmith or something?
He was the best blacksmith. Yes, he was amazing. He was looked up to by many people, including me. He was a great man, and for this, I'm here to find out more. I need to speak with Cecil and yes, to find out more information.
That's fine. You can head in the back and feel free to chat to him. I'll talk to these guys. And as Blanco kind of walks around and goes,
will you be okay? Blanco, you'll be okay. You go by yourself. Do you feel comfortable enough?
Yes, I have just a few questions, guys. No pasa nada. Me voy solo. I will go alone, and I will come back and meet everyone at Lacrima, the cream.
Any trouble? You just give the word, and
absolutely, I will howl.
Hey,
should I need
there won't be
any
any trouble. There won't be any trouble. We're not, Cecil. He's loud, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Don't worry about it. Cool. You guys, anything else for you guys? As Blanco makes your way around and heads into the back. Go for it, Paul.
I'd like to book a cleaning, if that would be possible.
Oh,
yes, I'm quite cobwebby and charred. After we've done all of this, it wouldn't be too much bother. I mean,
yeah. When you're done doing whatever you're doing, do you know what, actually? I have my cleaning equipment. I actually keep my good stuff at my house because my mum got me a set for Christmas, and I was hoping to be able to, use it. So if you come by my house, we're on the East Island. We're like 3 houses down. If you come down and see me, yeah, I'm happy to sort you out.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, thank you. A deep clean.
No problem.
Just, yeah.
Blanco, as you go into the back, you find Cecil, and he's there, kind of just stood, and he's like, "Come on then. What are the questions?"
Cecil, you have heard of my master. You know Conthor. I know you do.
Conthor?
Yes. And
I haven't heard that name for a while.
I bring bad news. He is no longer with us, and Dios mío, it is my fault that he is no longer here, and I have to avenge what has happened to him. I am looking for the man with black hands, and I know that Conthor gave, forgive me, he gave great power to the words that he spoke of you, and it was something where he said that if I am ever in trouble, I should come to you and speak with you. And I have been at my master's side for many years, and I let him down. I let the family down. I need help. I need to find the man with black hands. Can you help me?
You see Cecil steps forward while you've been talking and places a hand. And though he is shorter than you, it's a firm hand on your wrist. And he says, I feel your pain. It is one that is, you know, when someone as talented as your master passes, we all feel it. And the man with black hands.
I have to avenge him. He has torn apart my family.
I wish I knew. I have never encountered a man with black hands, but I can tell you this. If I were to go searching, if you were why have you come to me?
Because Conthor told me often that you had worked together and that you might have information. He always came to you to talk to you. And I felt driven to come here today because you are all I know. I don't know where to go. I've been seeking and I have found nothing, nothing. Por favor, ayúdame, help me, you, please.
I have very little for you, and for that I am eternally sorry, as I let both you and my friend down in this moment. However, I can say this: if you are looking for a man with black hands, I would maybe talk to some of the dwarves in Gnome City in the People's Republic. It's a place frequented by all, and any who have a request would go there. If you go speak to some of them, I'm sure one of them might know of the man with black hands. But I am very sorry, sir, to tell you that I have no information today. And what I can give you, though, is this. And he takes a knee for a second, pulls from his pocket a chain, and at the end of the chain is a ring. He goes, this is the guild ring that we all carry, as an apology for my lack of information. Take this. I'm sorry. Remember your master with it. It will get you into places that words cannot.
I take it with honor. I carry his cherished rapier on my hip, but this I will carry close to my heart, and I will use it. Thank you.
Not a problem at all. And with that, we're going to cut outside to our other side of the team. R&R and Sergio, can you guys please let us know, are you guys going to the veg place? Are you going to Marcello's? Are you, what are you guys kind of doing?
I think we were going to, I want to call it the Herbadashery, but I know that's not the right word for it. 'Cause that's something else entirely. Herbs, veg and herbs. We're going to the plant place, a place of plant, and I think that was the plan. But yeah, basil was not taken, correct? Coriander was taken.
Yes.
If my notes are to be believed. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Go for it. If you guys want to do, if you want to say that you guys are walking up to it, or if you want to enter, I'm happy to describe you the surroundings. It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
I Geo just is trying to keep up with Arnar, but of course in his turtle pace is doing the best he can, almost like double stepping, but it's still very slow. And says, "You thought I was a man of erudition, and I feel the same about you, Arnar. What's your background? What do you love, and what are you passionate about?"
I was a scholar at one point. Now I am a detective. I have a question for you. Do you happen to know of a scholar by the name of Meridas Kulinov, perchance?
Meridas Kulinov.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I don't think I've heard that name before. What sector of scholarly knowledge is that person?
He's in the sector of psychology. His attributed work is known as, where is it? I know I wrote this down. Where is it? Ratio ex propositum.
It's not really what I studied. If you ask me something about the gods or something about, I mean, my real passion is the water runners. But I probably shouldn't have told you that. But that's what I know everything about. And I also know a fair about general history in the sky, but I've not heard of that man's name.
Interesting. Thank you for your candor.
You're welcome. It looks like we're at the door. I'll go in after you.
I think, just to kind of be polite, Arno's gonna knock, but I mean, it probably comes off a little more aggressive than he intends because his fists are very large.
Yeah. Amazing. You hear like a startled whoo from the inside as they go, "Oh, come in!"
How tall is the door to this building? I mean, do I have to like duck or?
It's probably about, I would say, probably a good 5'10".
Yes. Arna kind of like shimmies underneath the door beam. Can I even stand up fully in this building, or?
Yeah, it's got a much higher roof. It's got a pitched roof.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a pitched roof above it. So yeah, you're all good.
Okay. Arnar kind of rises up to his full height, which I don't know if we've really cemented. I'm thinking somewhere near 7 feet, give or take.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
But he kind of walks into the room and says, "Are you Basil?"
As you walk in, you can see next to you are almost like two benches that have been set up, and they're kind of at like for you like just below waist height. For like your average person, they're at about waist height, and you can see that there's different like supplies put on them. So on one side, you have like rope, you have like glass jars, you have like almost like adventuring gear on one side, and then on the other side you have basically like boxes laid out that are slotted into the bench, and you've got like a lettuce, like iceberg lettuces, you've got a couple of little cabbages, you've got some carrots, you've got some onions, you've got some potatoes, and a selection of veg. However, you can see though that some of the veg isn't looking like, when you walk into a veg store and you're like, wow, that veg looks fresh. This does not look fresh. There's browns in there that probably shouldn't be there. There's some flies kind of buzzing around, and you're greeted by a smaller woman. She's very, very frail, very, very skinny. You can almost see bones through her skin. She's very, very skinny, and she has very tight little face that kind of puckers at the front. And she has big, big round glasses that you can see are thick as anything. They're like Coke bottle glasses, basically. And her hair is kind of like a little, like almost like a peacock flurry on her head. It's a little bit wild and like kind of spiked in a few different areas, but it's a bit shorter. It's not longer. It's like shorter, basically. She's like, "Oh, hi there. Welcome to our shop. You're new. How long have you been on the island?"
Approximately an hour. It appears your food is rotting.
Well, we like to say that it's well ripe is how I like to put it.
Hmm. I see. What might be the cause of that? Is it the same thing to do with the tree?
Oh, yeah, you know about the tree. Yeah, yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Well, oh, hey there. You, both of you are exceedingly tall. Jeez. Yeah, we've been having this issue. You know, like the tree's been kind of withering, and since it started withering, things just haven't grown as good. So, like, we try and just take whatever we can, but it's just not been growing as good. And blessed Coriander was so good at maintaining this stuff, and she was great, but we've just been really struggling recently. Here I go saying we again, as if there's a bloody we at this point.
I heard your sister disappeared. Did you hear any sort of screams, any sort of struggle coming from that area?
Oh, yeah, you heard about that as well? No.
I am a detective. It is my business.
Oh, oh, we haven't had any authorities come and talk about it. I understand.
I wouldn't say authority, private detective, but continue nonetheless.
Oh,
Sergio just walks forward and pulls his handkerchief out of his bag and hands it.
She willingly accepts it and blows her nose. Oh, thank you. I really needed that. Oh, she wipes her eyes and hands it back to you. Thank you very much.
He takes it and awkwardly puts it back into his bag.
Well, I wasn't there. We live separately, though we're siblings. We don't live together, and so I was feeling a bit sick because of some of the veg I'd eaten from our store, and I went home early, and she was left to lock up, and she locked up. She never came home, and no one saw her since she was meant to lock up. So the door was locked when I came back the next day, and I expected her to be there as she always opens, and it was just locked. So as far as like the deduction that I've done, and trust me, I've been thinking about this pretty much nonstop for the last 12 hours since I found out about this, and all I can seem to come to the conclusion is that it had to be somewhere between her, this place and her house. It had to be, just had to be.
Could you show us her house, or perhaps the pathway between them, so we can investigate?
Yeah, and she kind of walks over to the door and opens the door, and she kind of points. She's like, "It's just across that bridge over there, and you just go across the bridge, and her house is the just second one down on the right. You can, it's got her name on it."
Sergio, feeling like he can somehow try to be helpful, goes up to the box that has lettuce in it. And Sergio loves lettuce. It's his favorite food. It's oftentimes his only food. And gets a big head of lettuce and takes it to the counter, and actually then gets a second head of lettuce and says, I think your lettuce is some of the best lettuce I've ever seen in my life, and I'd be honored to try it. And he pulls out his change purse and says, how much would you take for it?
Oh, really? You want our lettuces?
I'd love to have your lettuce.
Okay.
Actually, I'll take it all.
Oh,
I'll take it all.
I think he's getting ahead of himself. Ahead of lettuce? Nobody? Okay. That was Sam, not Arnar. Arnar would never make a joke that bad.
Oh, I get it.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Sergio looks to Arnar and says, would you help me carry it?
Certainly, yes.
I mean, for 6 silver for all of it?
Eesh. Sergio says that I would take this lettuce for twice that price, and hands over a couple gold pieces and says, if you take that, I'd be honored.
She touches the gold for a second in like almost like reactionary, touches it, and then she like stops and she's like, but when you need it, like, it feels like I really appreciate it, but I'm sure. You sure?
I was raised to do the right thing, and this is the right thing.
Thank you so much. And she holds the 2 gold firm in her hand for a second. You see she grips it. She pulls a drawer from under like the counter, and you hear her drop the 2 coins in. And what you would assume with a cash register, you would hear the clunk of coins hitting other coins. You hear 2 coins hit the bottom of the drawer of wood. Dum, dum. She slides the door closed and goes, thank you so much. You don't know how much this means. And the fact that you're trying to find my sister, if you find anything out, you come and tell me straight away, and anything I can do, please tell me. I'm happy to help.
Excuse me. Do you
Yeah.
happen to have a large sack, large enough for many heads of lettuce?
Yeah, one second. And she kind of like rifles around for a little bit. You see her like kind of move a couple of crates, and she pulls out like a potato sack, and she's like, what, one sec. And she goes over to like the other corner of the room, and you can see like she's got a broom and like a dustpan already there, and there's like some dust already in the dustpan. She just turns the sack like upside down, empties it onto the ground, and like some like potato dirt kind of falls out. And she like does that, and then grabs the broom and just sweeps it into the dustpan and goes, there, I think that'll do. I hope it's clean enough for you.
Sergio's now just slowly putting in head after head of lettuce, and it looks like there's about 20 heads of lettuce that he's packing in the bag. Fills up the bag, and then also has a crate that is literally like a tall mound of lettuce that he's carrying, and he hands the bag to R&R.
Yeah. How much does 20 heads of lettuce weigh?
Not much. Not much to you, at least.
Yeah. He shoulders it, I think, pretty easily, I guess.
Amazing.
And R&R has a bit of a theory. So
is there anything else I can do for you? Or I mean, please help my sister as fast as you can.
I have a question about the geography of these sets of islands.
Yeah.
I know that there is a door to beneath the Lacrima proper, but do you suppose that there are perhaps other entrances to this place that are not as talked about?
Wow. That's a good question. I mean, the soil is fertile enough to take things that are buried within it. So, there's definitely a layer of like dirt above rock. I'm not sure. Look, I've flown up to Lacrima. I've come in like Zephyrs, and I've seen them. But obviously, we fly at the meridian level and then come down to docking level. We never ever go into the cloud level. That's So I've never really seen the island from below. But from the side, it looks like it just goes to like kind of like a point at the bottom. And though the door is just, you walk down a little bit of the side and you can see where the entrance is to the door, but I've never seen, another entrance as I've arrived personally.
Because if I was a kidnapping monster and your sister was walking home, I would perhaps lunge at them from the bridge and use that to drag them down the side of the island in a place where they would not be able to resist.
Jesus.
It is the most logical point.
As Arnar is saying,
sounds horrible. Well, I hope that didn't happen.
Oh, was that? I am so sorry. I am not a monster. I was just using a theory and deduction. That is just the most logical place for that to occur. I'm sorry. I do this too often.
It's okay.
I miss Toad.
Who's Toad? Are you Toad?
Toad
and
is,
he points to Sergio.
no.
Sergio's just eating a leaf of lettuce, and he says, to be fair, it could be a kidnapping, but could it also very, very easily and equally be that Coriander might be just visiting someone's house, like in a way that she never has done before? It's only been a day, and so we're not sure where Coriander is. And I think it's important not to lose help as he's chewing more and more lettuce. and talking at the same time.
And with that, we'll cut back to our team, who are, I assume you guys were just exiting the blacksmiths. If there's anything else you want to do or talk to Kenji or Cecil about, please feel free to do so before we move on.
I think it would have just asked. Oh, good, Rom.
You should, yeah. The tank of ale I got for free. I would like to go and pour that at the feet of the tree.
Oh, amazing!
So like, I'll walk over there and be like, I'm sorry that they've taken so much from you, and it's probably been a while since someone's bought you a drink. So this is me doing that.
Can you please roll an Arcana check? And this is not because you're checking. I want to just see how much you feel.
10.
10. With a 10, you feel a gust of wind pick up as you speak and as you pour, and then it dies down. A couple seconds later, another gust appears. Whether it's coincidence, who knows?
Evis actually also wanted to get like the general vibe of the tree after that was poured onto the trunk. Especially since this was a tree like connected to Genasis themselves. You know.
Can you can do one of two things, Amber. You can either do a history check, a nature check. Actually, we'll go for three things: history, nature, or you can do Arcana. Up to you.
Okay, let's see. Arcana and nature are actually the same modifier. So let's do this. I'm going to do a nature check. I'm going to tap into all of the teachings from Alia, all of the teachings from the monastery, all of the teaching, I mean, like everything that I've learned and proselytized over the past however many years. And tap into like the winds themselves to see how the wind interacts with the tree. So we'll do that nature check. And if I fail, then I have inspiration. So that's a 13, not much better. So guess what? We're going to add that D8, baby.
Yeah.
Tracy,
oh, hell yeah. That's,
as well.
all right, so that's a +5, so 18.
18, amazing. Can I ask you, do you touch the tree, or are you like standing in front of it? Like how are you, is it a physical contact thing? Just so I can understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Evis like nods their head respectfully at Rom, as if to say thank you for giving penance to this tree. And then closes her eyes and like places there's like a knot, like a gnarled knot, like on the tree trunk itself. And so they place their palm firmly in the center of the knot and grab around it. And then the other hand kind of just falls like almost like in a meditative pose, like when you're like, you know, when you're doing, well, I don't want to say Shavasana, but you know what I mean. When you're like, so, and that's kind of like their, you know, way of tapping into the vibes, the ebb and flow of the air around them.
With an 18, as the tips of your fingers touch the tree, what happens in behind your closed eyes is a flash of light suddenly happens, and you see just like almost shadows moving for a quick second, and then you hear as if scraping is happening, and then again light flashes, and you're back in your body.
You okay?
Would I know what the fuck that was?
You would know that this tree is in distress.
Okay.
That's
Holy
what you
shit.
know.
Yeah, Evis doesn't usually break that kind of like calm, collected demeanor often, but as they like gasp into consciousness again, you know, they flinch away from the tree and scramble back a little bit.
Whoa. Whoa, you.
Yeah. You right there?
This tree is in danger. This tree is this is bad. It's almost
what?
screaming. I don't know. I just saw a flash and heard scraping and crunching and almost like death knells echoing in my ears.
Oh, that's
Ominous.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Rob, did you get the same vibe? I saw you do something as well.
I just felt wind. I'm not gonna lie. It may have been a fluke, or it seems like it wasn't after what you felt. But no, I didn't feel that.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's of this. I am of this tree. I'm a little bit more attuned.
Maybe we can.
Point.
I have an idea. Maybe we can help heal it or something. You said so. It's in pain, or is it?
It's like something is clawing at it, like something is attacking it deep from its roots all the way up to the tree itself. It is. This is to the core.
You said in
trouble.
You said in the roots. This is below the ground. It feels we are being drawn to the ground with the door. And yes, Toad, tell me what.
The creature we've heard twice now about the creature with white fur, whatever. Maybe that is what's attacking the tree from down below. Because remember, we just heard from Kenshi that he saw that invisible creature appear white.
Yes.
So maybe that's.
Which direction was it heading? Was it heading towards the tree?
They didn't say.
No,
he didn't say because he ran. He dropped what he was smoking and took off.
I am feeling that this door, this under area is very important. It is muy importante. Is there cause for us to see what the others have found out, and maybe we can and Olfo was going to see Marcello, and maybe we have found something from Herbs and Veg.
As you say this, you see the door from the butcher's kind of swing open, and Ulfer kind of saunters out with a little bit of a head wiggle, and he's like, okay, all right then. He's like, hey, what's up? Hey, let's go. Team, come on.
Yeah, we'll meet you. We'll meet you there. You go first. We'll be over there in a
door.
Yeah, we'll meet you.
Door or pub?
The pub. Is that where we said we were going to meet? The pub.
Pub. See you there.
Yeah.
And he walks off and heads towards the pub.
The people here have no idea what's going on. They have no idea the danger that lurks beneath their feet.
And you have heard this when you are touching the tree. Your reaction was very profound. Que
Very
profundo.
visceral.
I've heard nothing like this before in my lifetime.
Oy.
I imagine at this point, Sergio and Arnar, unless you guys had anything else you want to do in Veg and Sundry, are probably walking out of Veg and Sundry. Not Veg and Sundry. Sorry, Herbs and Veg, and are joining kind of the fray. Or is there anything else you want to do before you guys left?
Can I check out near the path? Can I make an investigation check to see if I can find any evidence of something?
Hell yeah, please.
Yeah.
Please do. You see Arnar beelines it for towards the bridge area of where this island is. The right bridge leading to Lacrima East.
As Arnar is heading for that area, Gio is trying to keep up and is saying, like I was saying, the difference between romaine lettuce and iceberg lettuce is iceberg lettuce has less flavor but more quantity. Hey, Art, wait up, wait up, and he's just trying to keep up while also holding the box while also shoving lettuce in his mouth, while also talking at the same time.
For probably a lot of other people, they probably would just be like, yeah, I'm like not listening. But Arnar is very sincere and he loves new information. So he is definitely intrigued as he's like making a beeline for this bridge. So he's like, why do they call it romaine lettuce? Where does that name come from, do you think?
It's an excellent question, and I'm thinking it has some sort of historical connection to. Well, I don't know the exact answer, and I think it's a great question. Let's put it on the list. Should we make a bit of a list of things that we want to investigate as we go forward? Yes.
Yes.
Can you just put? I would put iceberg in there as well, just to see what the historical connection is between those two. And I'm happy to investigate one of those if you investigate the other. I feel like we're becoming better friends.
I do not think we were friends before, but now I would say that we are. Yes, indeed.
And at that moment, Sergio just stops. And just has a moment. His adventure is starting right now.
And with that, you guys kind of, as you walk across the green, go past this other group who are, up by the tree. Arnar, what did you roll in your investigation check?
Yes. We're gonna find out. That is an 18.
An 18. Beauty. Absolute beauty.
Yes.
Blanco just is like going around the tree, sniffing, just checking out, like trying to sense if there's anything on the ground and around that can't be sensed otherwise, other than by sniffing.
Do perception,
Yeah.
investigation, or survival. Up to you, whichever is higher for you. With an 18 investigation, Arnar, you're kind of looking at the ground and you're like looking for like footprints, you're doing a bit of that. You're going over to the bridge and you're like checking down the side of it. You're like peering over. As you turn around, you see on the corner of tools and wood, basically right here on the map, if I ping it for you, right here on the corner, you see a small tuft of white hair stuck in between two of the rocks. And Blanco, what did you roll? What did you roll?
8.
8. Smells like a tree.
We have inspiration though.
You do have inspiration. Roll a d10. It's a d10.
yeah.
If you want to use it.
Yes, I'll use it. Let's go for it. 2. So 12.
12. Still a tree. 100% a tree. This is a tree you are sniffing. It is not a bush. It is not a flower. This is a tree.
Evis, I am not getting anything of what you have discovered. This is árbol. Árbol. Solamente árbol. Árbol que murió. It's a tree that is dying. But
Maybe I'm not like you guys, so I can't really do much, but let me at least maybe do my own kind of prayer for it and see if I can help it out a little bit too if it may be in pain. And so I'm gonna play a very kind of solemn song on the harmonica, casting celestial rain. Over the tree.
Oh,
So I'm gonna play a very melodic song, just like just aimed upward, just playing the song, just like very slow and melodic, just kind of a nice, beautiful melody. You can kind of see like the almost like the skies themselves kind of open, like a little kind of gold light kind of peers down over in like a cylinder around the tree, and dripping down. It's not water, but it's very thick, like I'm almost like oil, because it's like raining down. I'm in time with like the song that I'm playing, just coming down like a nice steady pace, covering it and covering you guys too. It's like a 20-foot. I don't know how big the tree is, so like I'm gonna try to get us too if I can. Just but yeah, so just as much air as I can. I think it's like a 20-foot cylinder.
Okay.
Yeah, 5-foot radius. So yeah, so have that going.
Amazing. So it's in a 5-foot radius. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that would be around the tree. And I would say, I'm not sure, Evis and Rom, are you guys still like are you right next to the tree right now? How close are you to, is that oil hitting you guys, would you say?
Yeah, I haven't moved.
So
And if it is, if you're good aligned, it's gonna feel good. So if you're good aligned, you're gonna you would receive hit points. If you're evil, then you're gonna take damage. So this is a good way to find out if any of y'all are evil. You're gonna take some damage right now. Just saying.
hold on, I don't think I have an alignment. Oh wait, no, I'm chaotic good. Never mind. Yes. Well, so I think Evis like recoiled like physically and stepped away like 15 feet, just like stumbling away.
Thanks for your honesty. I appreciate that. No, perfect. Rom, it begins to drip on you, and as it does, it begins to seep into the grain of your wood and actually pour into the cracks of your rock. And as it does, you feel this warmth. And Blake, you can roll the healing that you give him, and you get 10 HP from this, Rom. Also, as the golden oil hits and lands on the tree, a couple of branches, you see a small bud of a flower just bloom on a couple of the branches, as it also heals itself in that moment a little bit. And
That's
Toad,
7 points.
My man, thank you.
Toad, I would also say, because you're doing this and you're trying to like connect with the tree in a way, I want to say that what you feel as this oil kind of hits and your song goes deeper and you begin to hit that like chorus bit almost of the spell, you can also sense that this tree has been longing for this healing that you are giving it for so long. It's like almost as if you took like, if you've ever seen like a dried out sponge and just do a tiny little drip of water on it, and it just finds a little bit of life again. And that's kind of what you feel from the tree as your oil lands on it, and then the cloud that was above kind of reseals, and the oil kind of dissipates.
Could I druid craft the buds and make them bloom?
Yeah, go for it. Amazing. The buds begin to bloom. At that moment, can everyone please make perception checks?
Come on.
The money.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Oh.
And Arnar, we're going to come back to you in a second.
I don't know what it is.
Nat 20?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
Nice.
That's been 4 Nat 20 this session. 4 Nat 20.
No.
Cool, amazing. So, anyone above a 18? No, just Sergio. As Toad, as you're kind of walking across and you see R&R kind of begin searching and then, move over towards, tools and wood, you kind of see the clouds open and see this rain come down. As that happens, through the sandals on your feet, you feel a vibration. A small one. Not much, just a little vibration under your feet.
At that moment, I feel it, and I just stop for a moment, and I see the others, and I put my big case of lettuce down, and I drop down, sort of like, in almost like a turtle pose, and I put my head down to the ground to see if I can sense anything else.
With a 22 and a nat 20, as you place your ear to the soil, you can hear so distant. Exceedingly distant, though.
I hear something. I reach up and I look at the lettuce, but I'm too excited, and I say, R&R, I found some. I think I found something.
Arnar is going to kind of like do a double take, like look back at tools and wood, then back at Shelby. Why could I not say your name for a second there? Jeez, Sergio. Jeez, and then turn and walk towards Sergio. What seems to be?
Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Do you feel it? I feel it right now. Put your head down here. Listen.
Arinar kind of like cautiously puts his head to the ground.
Can you hear that?
With I'll say we'll go with the investigation you check made of an 18. I'll say you can hear faint noise as well, though it's not as clear that it is the similar kind of noise that Tom heard, but you can hear something that is not like wind, and it's not people talking. There's something below you for sure.
Do you hear that? That is scratching. I've got claws. I know scratching. That's right.
If you say so, I can only hear a noise beneath the island. If you say it's scratching, then I'll take your word for it. That is.
It's just something alive. I don't know what it's doing. It's either digging down or it's digging up, but it's digging.
Okay. I discovered something on tools and wood. I am going to go investigate that. Why don't we stay close together? I'm getting a weird feeling.
I'd love to. So he goes and grabs his sort of little case of lettuce and picks it up and starts walking with you. And he says, I know you and Toad are a partnership, but I'm just thinking about like a trio. Like somehow we could all work together and have like complementary skill sets that we could talk to Toad about. We need to talk to Toad about it, but just think about it. It's not conclusive, and it's not something that if not, I'm happy to just be part of the team. But I'm also happy you and Toad are pretty amazing as well, just as a trio. But I guess we'll stop talking now.
You guys head back
Do you
over.
play any instruments?
Instruments like musical instruments?
Yes.
I don't play any. I could whistle a little bit. I could do some whistling, and I've not whistled like in a band or anything, but I could do some. But I could learn another tune, and I think my range could. If I practice, if you practice at anything, Arnar, you get better at it. You know this. I know this. My mom has told me this since I was a little tiny hatchling. I could be one of the best whistlers in the Skyrim. I know I could. Let's just think about it.
Can we hear that? Could we hear the whistling? Because I'd be like.
Someone else is manipulating air? What?
slightly off key, but not bad though.
Yeah, you hear it. The group, you guys are over by the tree. You see R&R and Sergio kind of dipping to the ground quickly and then making their way over to tools and wood. Do you guys want to go and join them?
Yeah. I want to do something quick. I want to talk to oh my gosh, Evis and Ron. Be like, hey, you guys just inspired that song that I just played. I never really have connected to nature very much, which is, I know, crazy. I'm a toad, but it's like kind of like you, Ram. I don't know much before of how I am now. So, but you guys kind of inspired that song. So just maybe there's more to nature than what I kind of have given it credit for. Maybe what I've kind of lost from it. So,
thank you for helping the tree. Cheers.
Nature has plenty of bounties available to everybody. All you just need to do is know how to tap into them.
It's also a vicious, vicious beast that will turn you on your ass. Like that.
Exactly.
Well, both good inspirations for music. Both good. Definitely going to use that in the future. And then Blanco, did you get that? Did you find the information you needed to from Cecil? Did that conversation go okay?
I didn't find out much information, but I have something. Do you have just a minute? Maybe I can show it to you. And I take it out of my breastplate and I hang the chain with the guild's ring on. My master was a member of the guild, and when he was gone, I could not find it. But Cecil has given me his. Maybe this will give us luck, and I will take it with me. I'm taking it with me, and He has told me to go to the People's Republic, but for now, I am here with you. We are a team. We are an equipo. We are together, a team.
Good team.
And a pretty good one at that, I'd say.
At this point, I'll say you guys kind of begin making your way over to Arnar and Sergio. Arnar, as you come up to the tuft, it's kind of wedged in between like two of the brick slabs. They're more like like stone, like carved stone, as opposed to brick. But it's just kind of stuck in between. If you want to grab it and whatnot, it feels coarse, very coarse, exceedingly so, like a brush.
Would I know of any creature that is like similar to such a thing? I doubt it, but
You can
I don't know.
definitely make either an investigation or a nature check. I don't mind. Perception. I don't mind.
Definitely investigation. 20 not nat.
20 not nat. Amazing. Cool. Dirty 20. And with a dirty 20, you are able to tell. The only things you have seen hair this coarse on are wild animals that don't tend to like groom or like look after oneself. So it's been known that things like the hedgehog and things like that might have fur similar to this, but they're typically brown. What you do know, the other creature, the other beings that have hair similar to this, if they keep it unkept, are dwarves. Dwarves also can have very wiry hair if they don't look after their hair.
Okay. All right. Shit.
So what did you find on your side?
I found this coarse white hair. It's very interesting. I'm not quite sure. I know wild animals certainly have this sort of thing, but also some dwarves have similar hair. Would I know what is it just dwarves in general? Are there certain kinds of dwarves that can turn well, I don't know they can turn invisible because I haven't been told that by the other team, but turn invisible and have white hair?
You would I mean, is that a connection that Arnar would make? Is my question to you. I think that's a very reasonable leap for you to make as a detective. I think, as someone who's a scholar, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. And you did that without me saying anything or making any checks. So, if that's your deduction, I'm happy for it to be your deduction.
Well, I don't want to make any deductions until I get all the facts. And if I am told that this thing turns invisible, which I have on my notes,
you will be soon.
Then I'll start to put pieces together. You know, I don't want to make a deduction just because like, oh, R&R has big brain. No, that's dumb. I don't want to metagame or anything like that. You know, so.
That's totally.
But what if R&R does have big brain?
He might have big brain, but he doesn't have semi-omnipotent player brain. So that's the
Okay,
difference.
Listen, I'm just advocating for my friend Sam here.
No, Arnar does technically have a big brain of 16, but that's like I would say Arnar would just be able to be like, yes, my Holmesian intellect will allow me to deduce. No, I don't think so.
Mind Palace.
Yeah, I don't personally think so. So I'm just gonna wait until we get all that together, and then we can start talking about stuff.
Amazing. You're all currently kind of stood just outside Tools and Wood about here on the map. I'm just pinging it for you guys. And you're all kind of huddled around one another. As that's kind of happening, you see that Ulfer kind of peeks his head out of the door of the pub and is like, "All good? Are we all good?"
Yeah. We'll be
Give
there.
us 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Go. I'll have another one. And you see him pull his head back in the door of the pub. Just around.
Kind of bad for him.
It's like, let's never go back there. Just kidding.
Can you follow the scent, Marco? Would that be too rude to try?
No, if
Good
fellow
idea.
scent of what?
That Oh, do we not know yet?
Yeah, you're all stood in a group.
Yeah,
Oh,
You guys can
yeah.
share your
That's fine.
information as you please. You're all stood in a
Yes,
group.
let me smell this fur, hair.
As we're nearing the group, I still have my sort of case of lettuce, and I'm assuming R&R still has the bag over his shoulder, and I'm just shout out to the team. I'm like, me and R&R, we've been investigating stuff, and we also brought some gifts for everyone, and we're really excited about how much we've discovered on R&R. And what about you guys? And as I'm saying that, I approach Evis, and they're the first one that I grab like the best head of lettuce for, and I hand it to Evis, and I say, "This is some of the best lettuce that I think I've ever tasted. If you like lettuce, it is, and also the inside parts are better. But what do you?"
Hands you a slightly brown lettuce.
Well, lettuce contains the water of life itself.
Exactly. That's my whole basis around eating it as well. And you can have more than one. I'll share as many as you want. We've got loads. Look at how much R&R has. He probably has 20 heads of lettuce in that bag. And
Why?
That's,
With all due respect, Gio, why do you have so much lettuce?
Well, it's a little bit of a long story, but I like lettuce and it tastes good, and I thought it would be. I guess maybe I made an assumption that other people and other things would like it.
Oh, no. I enjoy lettuce as well. But that is a lot of it.
It is a lot of it, and you're right. And maybe I.
No.
Well,
You're providing for yourself and others, and that is extremely kind and generous of you.
Yeah, there's more to the story, and maybe we don't have time to talk about it now, but I can just say that I bought it with really good intentions, and I thought maybe in having it we can share it as well. But yeah, and then he just sort of
take the lettuce and I like crack it in half, just like and then hand one piece of the head to Gio, and then I crunch into the other half of the head.
At this point, Blanco goes to R&R. R&R, they're saying you have some hair. I need to see if I can catch the scent, and maybe we can follow the scent if you think this hair is important. If maybe it is from the beast we are buscando, we are looking for. We are, maybe we can. Maybe doing some tracking.
Yes, can we just jot it over that we now know? Like you've told each other, like the okay.
Yeah,
100%. You guys have shared. You guys have shared the info about the what Kenji said. You guys have shared the info about Coriander going missing before she got home.
the scratching.
Yeah, scratching all of it. Yeah. Evis's little vision, all of it's been shared.
While we're catching up on him,
Mhm.
how big is this big bag of weed?
it's about
I was gonna ask too. I was gonna be like, "What are you gonna do?"
it's about that big. It's like if we're talking grams, we're looking at like I don't know 5 grams, something like that.
Yeah, we got lettuce, and then we got the devil's lettuce. I mean, we got both. It's fair.
Well, we can always use the lettuce to roll a blow.
Right. Oh,
Well,
Wow, lettuceception.
Toad's gonna go over to Rob and like, Rob, can you smoke that? I mean, can you? No offense. I don't know. I never met a Warforged. Is that? Can you even?
I'm resistant to poison, so maybe not. Well, we'll have to try it, right? Like,
I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm just curious. That's all.
Friend of weed is a friend indeed. So we'll be sharing.
Odie.
Yes.
May I make a history check on any types of dwarves that can turn invisible, look feral-ish, and have white hair?
100%. Go for it. And you can do it with advantage.
Can they
we love
walk
to
through
hear
walls,
that.
disappear, and fly?
Fly to.
Can they also change size, perhaps? Maybe.
Because we know that they appear to be kind of small, but
All right. That is a 21.
Woo! Ooh.
Oh, you know what.
I mean, I know what it is.
Yeah,
Sam knows what it is.
Yeah, R&R knows that there's a high chance that as you put together the invisibility, you put together the white tufts, you put together locks being opened, and him being like, oh, just swing of the dwarves hammer, you're like, oh, Juragar, vampires. Oh.
Yep. I knew it. Shit. Oh, these guys are so annoying to fight. Okay, that is Sam as a DM talking. I believe we are not looking for a beast, Blanco. We are looking for a Duragar, which is a special kind of dwarf from the more darker regions of the world that are able to have various abilities such as growth, and they can shrink, they can turn invisible. They are very dangerous, and we have to be exceedingly careful. However, that might be able to narrow down the scent, so I am not sure.
Are these fiends or what are they?
These are humanoids. They're dwarves like any other dwarf, with the exception that they have some supernatural abilities that most dwarves do not.
Okay. Well, if you give me the fur, let me smell and see where it is.
I hand the fur, and I'm gonna walk over to Toad to have a sidebar.
Cool. Well, 1 second. So for Blanco, you grab the fur and you smell it. As you smell it, the scent becomes very clear to you. It's musty. It's the type of thing that you would smell like, when you go into a cave and you get that kind of almost like it's a borderline pee kind of smell. And it's a little bit like, smells a bit like urine. It's also like musty. It smells like damp. And the other smell that you get is, and as a highly trained ranger, I'm going to say you get a scent of borderline like, I don't want to say like anger, but like sweat, like almost like sweat and like perspiration from like stress perspiration almost, as opposed to, a different type of perspiration that might be like nervous or things like that.
At that point, the hair on the back of my neck like stands up.
Do you mean the braid on the back of your neck?
Well, no, because the braid is down my back, because that's a Rhodesian ridge back. I've got it just like here, with that soft, like stands.
Hackles.
I can't wait to get Blanco's art with a braid added.
Yes.
So sick.
Blanco, can you please make a survival check to now see if you can smell that scent anywhere else in your vicinity, or like a direction or anything like that for me?
Can I use primeval awareness to see if
are dwarves your favorite one?
No, but it says like fiends, and because you said they turn into like their
that's
elementals, fiends, fae, undead.
Fae and fiends.
I'll allow it. You can have an advantage roll. How about that? There you go.
Perfect.
You can have your survival check.
Saves me a spell because I was going to do enhanced ability, so I'll take that. That's fine.
R&R and Toad, feel free to have your sidebar. Go for it while Blanco's working this out.
A spell slot. So it's a spell slot, and 1 minute per spell. You sense whether.
Don't worry, T. You're just doing a survival check.
Okay, all right.
Go for it, guys.
Just a survival.
Yep.
18.
Go for R&R and Toad.
Okay. R&R kind of takes.
I'm like, how did it go? Like, like almost like a mom. Like, so how did
R&R
go?
R&R kind of finally, because R&R does not trust people enough to show emotion around most of them, but Toad is definitely one of those people. So he kind of like his shoulders sag. He says, "Oh, I think I made a mistake. I did the thing again where I pretend that I'm the perpetrator of a crime in order to get into their headspace and understand what's happened, and then I did it really viscerally in front of the person, and I think I scared them, and I said I wouldn't do that again, but I did, and
It's okay. We all make mistakes, so it's fine. At least you're aware of it. At least that's the main thing. You're aware of it, and you took the things into account. So that is the main thing. So it's okay. Seriously.
I have some better news though. Gio was wondering if he could perhaps join our little business. Also, he can whistle as well. So if we're forming a small band of sorts, It would be nice to have somebody with sort of more eruditic capabilities. I believe he can heal as well. He's also a very big fan of lettuce, so that might be a bit of a tank on our quarterly budget, but I'm sure we can nestle it in there.
You know, I've never heard you really talk good about someone like that before. And of course, I'm a little jealous that you want to bring someone else there, but like I said, I'm definitely down if he's cool with you, because like I said, I've never seen you vouch for something like that. So you know what? He can be a part of the crew. Then if you feel that way, then who am I to say no?
My only concern is that he seems very innocent.
Oh
I'm
yes,
not
I
sure
got that
he's-
too. Yeah, no, I kind
I'm
of.
not sure he's seen what we've seen. I don't believe he's been to the People's Republic. That will certainly be a shock, especially in the lower part of the city. But
Well, then good thing
I'm
that we'll be with him then, because then that way we can make sure that he'll be able to learn, but we'll be able to make sure that he'll be okay too. So
indeed, I concur.
I kind of get the vibe you got with Gio. I kind of got the same feeling from both Blanco. Oh, I keep saying it wrong. Blanco, right? Or is it Blanco? For
Blanco, I believe.
Blanco. So
Mhm.
Blanco and Evis and even Rom, I thought he was kind of rude at first, but the way he was with the tree, it's not so bad. Definitely. Me and Blanco have some prior history too, so that kind of but all three of them, if we were going to be with some other people, I wouldn't mind me with them too. I mean, we can always use some more blessings from all as well. So I mean, definitely will be if you're cool with it.
I trust them. I do not trust the man with the pseudo dragon, Oliver. I get a pretty sketchy vibe from him. I've seen him around town, and I don't know. He is anti-imperial. I will give him that. That is some form of credit, but he might be saying that just to deceive us when he actually is imperial, because he is aware of the disposition we have towards the tyrannical government, which is steering our water from currently all of the levels and monopolizing it in some horrible oligarchy on top of the entire society that they've built.
All right, this is why I love you. This is why we're such good friends. Okay. Seriously, never, these trains of thoughts. I mean, like, I seriously like those. Yeah, but no, like, I got the same kind of not as simply intuitive as that vibe, but definitely got something that was a little sketchy about him too. So,
also, can I ask? This might be intrusive, but Tom, what's Gio's charisma?
Charisma? High.
Yeah, it's high.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because R&R's is like 6, and I was really afraid we had sent two like really low charisma people together, and like nobody else, and it was just gonna be like some because R&R's charisma is abysmal. Like it is so bad.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
It's not as high as I thought it was. It's a 12.
That's not. That is double what I have. So that is A-okay.
Yeah.
So perfect, great. You'll make a wonderful addition to the team.
Just like dynamics on stage, and who can like be talking to the crowd more, and all of that. And who can just be, and also who's selling T-shirts like at the end of the like.
Yeah, no, Toad is selling the T-shirts and talking to the crowd. I think.
Hey, Toad is performing to the crowd. Okay, Toad is. He's
DM, we
performing.
fucking like.
It's fine. No. Meanwhile, Blanco, what did you roll on your survival?
18.
18. With an 18, your nose begins to twitch, begins to inhale wind whipping past and scents of grass, and you can smell the smoke coming from the chimney of tools and wood and all these different scents. But the one that you just inhaled from that hair is clear, very clear. The path in front of you is very, very clear. And I'll just give you on the map so you can see. On the map, this is where the scent kind of leads. It goes down this path here, makes its way over kind of this way, and as far as you can tell, kind of comes around here and disappears down into like a little ridged section in here with some steps that leads into like a cave. as far as you're aware. That's where the scent is leading you.
Guys, I have the sense my tracking ability is coming strong, and that this fur, I can smell that it's leading us this way. We have to go down past that other small group of trees and bushes and down the thing. The pathway takes us. It feels like it's going to go down and down. I'm not sure I want Alpha. Is un poco loco, un poco is crazy to me. But you guys, are you prepared to come with me to follow the scent?
Rom, didn't we just hear that Kenshi say that? Isn't that where Kenshi said they were when they spotted it? When they were smoking?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Vámonos, we are together. You are my clansmen. We are one.
As you guys, with this new found idea of Juragar and direction, you guys jog across the grass and follow around. You kind of look around this ridge, and you can see some poorly carved steps that lead down into a little cave. I assume you guys begin making your way down. Does anyone want to do anything before you make your way down?
Yeah, there's definitely something I need to do. What is that?
Got smoke.
Can I take point or not point, because obviously you're making I want to take point just in case something like leaps out at us. I want to be like the one who takes the brunt of the damage, just to tank it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to be near the front, just as a measure of assurance.
Amazing.
And before we go, I'm going to ask if Evis, if you could say a prayer to us before we go, and maybe you too, Gio. I know you both are. If you could just just to make sure, I don't know. I think it might help.
With respect, Evis, if you could make a prayer to Alia, I'll make my prayer to Deus, and we will have pretty much covered the God realm. It seems like.
Absolutely. I mean, all bases need to be covered because I respect all perspectives. Evis bows their head and like whips their braid over their shoulder just so it gets out of the way, really. And begins. They tuck their fist underneath their hand like this and begins a. It sounds silent, but really they're using the air itself to pray to Alia.
That's
Beautiful.
Lovely. I cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone. Just like extend, almost like how Groot does it in, well, you know how like you protect Guardians of the Galaxy, where he like extends and like turns into like that big bush. I like just extend my arms down, kind of like, and we will kind of disappear a little bit.
Amazing. As the light actually stops reflecting off of you guys, so light reflects off of everything, but once this Pass Without Trace has been cast, the light stops reflecting off of you guys. It stops reflecting off of your clothes, off of your skin, off of your eyes, meaning that you guys kind of seem like, to the untrained eye, like shadows moving a little bit. As you guys make your way down the steps, you can tell that they're a little bit damp, and you make your way down into this cavern. You hear a voice behind you. Wait up! Oi! I saw you out the window! And you hear come up behind you, and it's none other than Ulfr. He's like, all right, chaps, I'm so sorry. I saw you like going, and I was like, oh, I've got to make sure that I catch up with them, and so I'm here. Golly, right.
We were just going to get you. We just slipped our. I'm so sorry. We were just about to get you. Slipped our.
We were.
It's a good thing. Oh, well, either way, let's go.
Dude, yeah, let's go. You sure you're sober enough for this?
Oh, I feel fine. How are you feeling? His dragon lifts its head, raises a small.
Cool. Definitely not
Slumps
sober.
back down.
Okay.
At this point, guys, as you enter into the cavern, inside it is jagged rocks, carved very crudely. You can see that as you walk in, a torch lights with fire on the wall. And around you on the floor, you can see that there are like bent weapons. There's some swords that are like bent out of shape. and there's some like almost like wood that has been like snapped, so like almost like a 2x4s that have been like snapped in half, and things like that kind of on the floor, and there's some debris. As you make your way down the steps inside the cavern, you can see in front of you, reflecting the light from the torch, and almost flickering in the light, are two giant brass doors that seal off the tunnel. The brass doors do not have a handle, and they do not have any sort of hinges as far as you guys can see.
Open.
Those are the doors. That's the door.
Another shot.
It was worth a
The
shot.
door does not open as you say open to it, by the way.
No.
No.
Okay.
Stays closed.
Open sesame.
Seeds.
Anyone have an idea how we can
Nothing.
open these doors? Have you got power, Rom? Can you? What can we do?
Ever said
Air.
that they have a good strong punch, but Evis, I'm worried. I think you might hurt your hand. That's a really, really strong looking door.
Should we?
Can you describe the door for me one more time, just so that I can picture it?
So you have two doors that are together. They're almost like, they look as if they would swing inwards, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They're giant from top to bottom. You can tell that they are brass doors. Whether they're solid brass or hollow brass, you're not currently sure, but they are definitely made out of metal. There's no handles to be seen, and there's no hinges in the rock for them to swing. It is just what looks like two giant brass slabs blocking off the entryway.
Okay, can I tap on it to hear if it's hollow?
Couple of things. So first of all, as you tap on it, you find out that it is not hollow. It is definitely solid.
Okay.
But I just want to confirm, you can cast Levitate as a spell, correct? It's not an ability.
Yeah, as a spell, but I already cast it once.
That's perfectly fine. As your fingers place onto the brass, runes suddenly begin to appear as if they have been scratched into it, and almost like a layer of brass reveals some runes up on the door. These are the runes that you guys see.
I can speak Dwarvish.
The runes that you see at the top are the ones that are on the door. At the bottom is a little key for those of you that can speak Dwarvish. So those of you who can speak Dwarvish, you can read this.
I can read this. Oh my gosh.
I can too.
I'm not too
You
sure.
can read it. Speak something.
Yeah.
Speak, I'm assuming, into.
Open.
Speak.
Open. Speak open.
Just got uncommon.
In.
Speak open
I don't
in.
even know what that is.
In
E. L.
T-S. T-S.
E.
E.
L.
Do we each want to do like one bit instead of us all doing the same thing?
Yeah, really. This is not efficient.
wait.
So like, someone take the first bit.
I think it's speak open. It sounds like.
It says
In.
speak open in.
Okay.
T.
The less.
Hey.
What is that letter?
What was that, Sam?
E. L.
What was that, R&R?
Speak open in Celestiae? I think.
Celestial is correct.
Oh.
Those of you who can read Dwarvish would know that it says speak open in Celestial. Does
I can
anyone
speak Celestial.
Speak Celestial.
I can speak both.
Me too. I can speak Celestial too.
Oh,
Amazing.
Can't. I can speak song.
Anyone else know Celestial? Any of the UK team?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope.
Cool. Okay.
it's an
Those of
American
you-
skill.
Those of you,
Yeah.
those of you who can speak Celestial, you guys know that the word for open is Ail.
Would you like the honors, R&R?
Oh, I'm sorry. I already did. I got ahead of myself.
As you say the
Big
word,
brain happened.
Yeah, he's too fast.
as you say the word Aiel, air comes from under the door and a gap in the center of it. The two metal doors begin to slide apart into the rock that they were standing next to, and almost like they're telescoping inwards. In front of you lies a dark tunnel with a small light at the end. As it curves around a corner, you can see a light coming at the end of the tunnel. And that is where we're going to end today's session, guys. Woo!
Whoa! Nicely done,
hell
folks.
yeah. This was so cool. Oh my god, I love this.
That was tight.
In my notebook, got a bunch of
Doodles.
drawings in it. Yeah,
I got a whole bunch of notes.
illegible.
I know my handwriting's good.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Sky Realm here on Homie and the Dude. We really hope you enjoyed watching the team investigate and find out what's going on underneath the island. Next episode, we'll see what is past the doors leading to the subterranean level of this island. We really hope to see you guys then. Otherwise, subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Twitch, whatever it might be. And if you want to find out more about when episodes are going to be released, see any like artwork early or things like that, you can join our Discord server. There'll be a link in the description as well. But thank you guys so much. We hope to see you very soon.